the long-awaited fourth installment of the Matrix franchise finally returned to screens on Tuesday, with The Matrix Resurrections coming a whopping 18 years after the last offering. But early reviews for the Lana Wachowski-directed movie see critics divided, with some panning the film as laughably bad, while others branded it another truly horrible sequel. However, further reviews heap praise on the next stage of the sci-fi franchise, with one excited critic hailing it as the boldest and most vividly human franchise sequel since The Last Jedi. While die-hard fans of the franchise praised the reboot for taking viewers even further down the rabbit hole. The film is the long-awaited fourth installment in the sci-fi franchise. The series consists of 4 feature films, starting with The Matrix, 1999, and continuing with 3 sequels, The Matrix Reloaded, 2003, The Matrix Revolutions, 2003, and The Matrix Resurrections, 2021. The story focuses on the Neo, played by Keanu Reeves, Trinity, played by Carrie-Anne Moss, and Morpheus, originally played by Lawrence Fishburne in the first 3 films, but replaced by actor Yahya Abdul-Mateen II in The Matrix Resurrections. Neo and Trinity are yet again trying to free humanity from the Matrix, a virtual reality system run by artificial intelligence that imprisons human beings and uses them as a power source. Kevin Marr at The Times said of the film, "The curse of the Matrix strikes again. An ingenious, inventive and era-defining sci-fi movie from 1999 has now, with this latest and long-awaited misfire, produced yet another truly horrible sequel." The Matrix Reloaded and The Matrix Revolutions, both from 2003, were messy, jargon-heavy duds that sapped every last scintilla of goodwill generated by the original film as they stumbled towards a dopey, downbeat conclusion. The Matrix Resurrections doesn't even have the excuse of narrative exigency to hide behind. There is literally no reason for it to exist, a point that is incessantly hammered home by a sophomore screenplay that mistakes self-referentiality for sophistication and actually includes the line, "Our beloved parent company, Warner Bros., has decided to make a sequel to the trilogy." While Peter Bradshaw from The Guardian adds, 18 years after what we thought was the third and final Matrix film, The Matrix Revolutions, Lana Wachowski has directed a fourth, The Matrix Resurrections. But despite some ingenious touches, a very funny name, for example, for a VR coffee shop, the boulder has been rolled back from the tomb to reveal that the franchise's corpse is sadly still in there. This is a heavy-footed reboot which doesn't offer a compelling reason for its existence other than to gouge a fourth income stream from Matrix fans, submissively hooked up for new content, and it doesn't have anything approaching the breathtaking bullet-time action sequences that made the original film famous. However, in a more positive response, David Ehrlich of IndieWire responded, "If No Way Home is the snake eating its tail with such reckless abandon that it fools itself into thinking it's full, The Matrix Resurrections is the rare blockbuster that dares to ask what else might be on the menu." It's the boldest and most vividly human franchise sequel since The Last Jedi, if also messier and more postmodern than Rian Johnson's miraculous addition to the Star Wars canon. He added, "It will likely prove the most divisive as well." Doubling down on the Alice in Wonderland spirit of its franchise, The Matrix Resurrections is a movie that will only appeal to fans interested in seeing how deep the rabbit hole goes. Anyone simply looking for more Matrix isn't just out of luck, they're in for an experience that will toy with their expectations for more than 2 hours without fulfilling a single one of them. More videos. 1, 2, 3. Watch video. Bryce Hall stops a man from allegedly trespassing into his home. Watch video. Spider-Man takes hero Bridger Walker web swinging on set. Watch video. Mariah Carey sings All I Want for Christmas with family. Watch video. Judy Love is crowned winner of Christmas Celebrity MasterChef. Watch video. Lorde shows off her slim figure in a red bikini at the beach. Watch video. Judy Love impresses with her Jamaican black cake on MasterChef. Watch video. AJ Adudu admits she is missing SCD's Kai Widrington in sweet post. Watch video. Chad Michael Murray one-ups Chris Hemsworth with football challenge. Watch video. Joey Essex shocked as he aces his Christmas giant Yorkshire pudding. Watch video. Harry Potter's reunion trailer gives first glimpse into HBO's special. Watch video. Brett Oppenheim confirms that Hess single during Instagram Q&A. Watch video. Alexander Skarsgård stars in the trailer for The Northman. Elsewhere, IGN's Amelia Imbaring slammed the film, remarking, "The Matrix Resurrections is the kind of film that will go down in cult history because it is so laughably bad. Truthfully, I can't even say it's unenjoyable because I spent so much of its overly long runtime giggling over how jaw-droppingly misguided the majority of it is. And, even with how rough it is, folks looking for that nostalgia will get exactly what they're looking for." While Peter D. Bruges of Variety added, "Essentially a greatest hits concert and a cover version rolled into one, complete with flashback clips to high points from past installments. The new movie is slick but considerably less ambitious in scope than the two previous sequels." Clarice Lowry of The Independent commented, "It's a volcanic cluster of ideas at a time when Hollywood is all too content to slap the broad declaration of it's really about trauma on a film and call it a day. And that comes largely from the determined individualism of its director, Lana Wachowski, here taking solo reins of the franchise from her sister and usual co-director, Lily, whose outlook on The Matrix Resurrections both reasserts her personal vision and takes stock of the franchise's thorny legacy. It's also a reminder that long black coats and tiny sunglasses are, indeed, very cool." With Brian Truitt from USA Today penning, "The Matrix innovated. The Matrix Reloaded intrigued. The Matrix Revolutions failed. And The Matrix Resurrections is, for better and for worse, the remix." It's been 18 years since the last Matrix movie, so the fourth installment in the sci-fi action franchise tries very hard to remind everybody in the blockbuster community that, hey, it's the film series with whiz-bang bullet-time gunfights, gravity-defying kung fu, and Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss as mankind-saving lovebirds in black leather dusters and sunglasses. Directed by original filmmaker Lana Wachowski, Resurrections is very earnest, slightly nonsensical and rather romantic, though underwhelms when compared to the 1999 film that became a pop culture classic. Elsewhere, John Saavedra of Den of Geek wrote, "If Lana Wachowski's love letter to Neo, Trinity, and Morpheus is guilty of anything, it's that at times it is too ambitious for its own good and can't quite stick the landing in the third act. But ambitious is what a Matrix movie should be, and Wachowski takes incredibly big swings over the course of the film's 2.5-hour runtime. The result is a sequel that's as delightfully weird as it is satisfying, especially for those like myself who love Reloaded and Revolutions as much as the original." While K. Austin Collins from Rolling Stone put, "I was moved, impressed, far more than I expected to be. The emotional engineering of The Matrix Resurrections is exacting and rapturous. It initially feels corny. Then Jonathan Groff's character, like Keanu's, becomes who he is, and the hallucinations and denials of the movie's early stretch have the veil ripped off. The fight scenes, even when they're knowing rehashes, are finely tuned and psychologically astute for much of the movie, until the ending, which is a rush of sincere feeling matched to handsomely choreographed action, bodies thrown asunder with the wave of a hand, others turned into sentient bombs. Like its predecessors, Resurrections has a way of imploding its multiple dimensions of meaning while also offering up a satisfying straight story. Meanwhile, social media reactions saw the film overall savaged by fans, with one remarking that they fell asleep less than an hour in, while another simply walked out as they branded it a disappointment. One viewer wrote, #Matrix Resurrections is just the first 3 #Matrix movies remade. While another put, #Matrix Resurrections is a disappointment. I walked out half an hour before the film ended. I went to watch #Matrix Resurrections and it is a good movie. People expecting a usual polite and blockbuster movie are gonna be disappointed though, but I hydrate with their tears," said a more positive reviewer. So the #Matrix Resurrections movie, it's okay, nothing to rave about, and a few rehashed don't know if it lived up to the hype, but it is a fun popcorn movie, agreed another. A fifth wrote, #Matrix Resurrections probably has more heart to it than any of the films in the trilogy. You could see what the power of love could do, and that's a showdown to one of the most nerdy romances of the millennium. With a sixth unimpressed person fuming, #Matrix Resurrections hot garbage. Fell asleep on this 45 minutes into it. What the heck. With another adding, I love Keanu and the #Matrix, yet #Matrix Resurrections is poorly written and directed and just was so bad. The Matrix Resurrections takes place 20 years after the events of the Matrix Revolutions. Neo is back to living an ordinary life under his original identity as Thomas A. Anderson in San Francisco. He then meets a woman, Trinity, but neither of them recognize each other. But when a new version of Morpheus gives Neo the iconic red pill, his mind is reopened to the Matrix once more and he joins a group of rebels to fight the enemy. The fourth installment in the sci-fi franchise revives Keanu as Neo in the first Matrix film since 2003's The Matrix Revolutions. Co-written and directed by Lana Wachowski, the movie also brings back Carrie-Anne Moss, Lambert Wilson, and Jada Pinkett Smith from the original franchise. The movie added a number of new cast members to its fourth edition, including actress Priyanka Chopra. Chopra recently expressed her enthusiasm for being cast in the movie on Instagram, writing, "They had me at Neo and Trinity are back. The Matrix trilogy defined my generation of cinema. It was the gold standard. Something we all role-played and referenced all our lives. So, here I am. A small, excited little fish in the huge cinematic pond that is The Matrix." She added, "Needless to say, I am honored and thrilled to be a part of this legacy and to have had the experience of working under the tutelage of Lana Wachowski and alongside this incredible, iconic cast." While the response has been mixed, with some saying it's far from a perfect movie, it has been met with unanimous praise over the astonishing set pieces and burning chemistry between Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss.